we had one final lap, Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton in the lead, and Max Verstappen in P2 with fresher tires, a fresh set of softs, and Max Verstappen overtook Lewis Hamilton for the lead of the race. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Naren Harwani, and to everyone who's new here, I would just like to share an update that I've recently revised the channel name from The Racing Squad to Naren Harwani, and we'll dive into what we plan to discuss in this video, which is the most controversial lap that we've seen in F1 history, and we'll straight away get into it. The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix finale of the 2021 season. How it panned out is the most controversial thing that has ever happened in F1. So as we all know, Lewis Hamilton was in P2 at the start of the race, and he started the race in P2 and was leading the race from lap 1, turn 1 of the race till the last lap of the race. So until Max Verstappen overtook him for the race win and the championship. So how it all panned out is really bizarre and quite controversial. What happened was lap 53 or 58, we saw a safety car. Nicholas Latifi crashed into the barriers, which brought out the safety car. Now, what happens during a safety car is the lead becomes null and void, and all cars come one behind each other. And usually during that process as well, there are few lapped cars as well, so they also come in between of P1, P2, P3, P4, the cars which are usually at the front. So, which happened in this case as well between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. So, Lewis Hamilton was in P1 and Max Verstappen, who was ideally in P2, but behind the safety car, he was in P6, and basically he was in P2, but there were 5 cars between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen on the track behind the safety car. So these cases happen, and what happens during a safety car period is that once the debris is cleared, all lapped cars overtake the safety car and the lead car and can unlap themselves and rejoin the race at the back of the grid, and the safety car goes into the pit lane after in the following lap. This is article 48.12 of the sporting regulations. Usually these are the procedures that are followed, and what we saw in the final lap or in the closing stages of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix was completely that has not happened in F1 before. And 53-58 safety car in, debris on the track was being cleared. 56 or 58 lap, we heard a radio message from Michael Masi saying that lapped cars cannot overtake, which was quite unusual as well, mainly because for Red Bull, yes, and immediately they got on the radio message to Max Verstappen telling lap cars cannot overtake, and Max Verstappen said that's classic. And we saw a radio message, we heard a radio message from Christian Horner to Michael Masi saying that why aren't we letting all the lap cars by? And there's a championship at stake. This is lap 57 or 58, there's just last 2 laps left. Michael Masi, the race director, is under high pressure between Christian Horner and Toto Wolff, who are constantly bombarding him with radio messages. Lewis Hamilton in P1, Max Verstappen in P2, but there are 5 cars between both of them. And what happens next is 57 or 58, Christian Horner tells Michael Masi, why aren't we letting the cars, the lap cars unlap themselves? So Michael Masi immediately says that my main focus here is to clear the debris on the racetrack. Let me get back to you on that. And immediately we hear a radio message which said that lap cars are now allowed to overtake, and only those 5 cars which were between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen were allowed to overtake, which literally contradicts the previous radio message which said that lap cars are not allowed to overtake. So It was quite a controversial decision.
Sonraki düzlüğü de gördük. Toto Wolff'un işte tepkisi.
And what happens next was even more controversial, is that the safety car was in the pit lane on the very same lap. So lap 57, Lewis Hamilton P1, Max Verstappen P2. There are no lap cars between them. Lewis Hamilton having an advantage in terms of position but older tires. He pitted around lap 14 or 58 for a new set of hard tires. Max Verstappen just pitted for a fresh set of softs, which was a big gamble as well, but it turned out to be in his favor. Possibly the race could have been finished under safety car conditions, but we had one final lap. Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton in the lead, and Max Verstappen in P2 with fresher tires, a fresh set of softs, and Max Verstappen overtook Lewis Hamilton for the lead of the race. Lewis Hamilton tried to fight back again in the DRS zone, but there was no DRS after the safety car, mainly because I think there are 2 laps or 3 laps that don't have any DRS after the safety car. So total hard luck for Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. Max Verstappen overtook Lewis Hamilton for the lead of the race and hence won the race and the 2021 F1 Championship. Now what happened was Mercedes were really upset about how the safety car rules and regulations were followed during the race.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Usually, like I said earlier, all lap cars are allowed to overtake the lead car and the safety car, but Article 48.12 reads any lap cars can overtake the lead car and the safety car. Now Red Bull says that any doesn't mean all, which is to a certain extent correct, but these are the sporting regulations of the FIA, and Article 48.13 reads that whenever the clerk deems it's appropriate for the safety car to get into the pit lane, that's when it's the right time, which according to stewards, it basically overrides Article 48.12, and Mercedes were really pissed off at that, both letting only lap cars between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton pass by and letting the safety car in on the very same lap. Mercedes were really pissed about that, and that is what they appealed to the FIA, and the FIA got back to them saying that 48.13 reads that whenever the clerk says that when it is appropriate for the safety car to be in, it is that particular lap when the safety car is ending and it comes in the pit lane. So yeah, a very highly controversial end to the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and the 2021 F1 Championship. It will definitely go down in the history of F1, and not the way that we all wanted the season to end. In the next video, I'll explain what all options that Michael Masi had during the closing stages of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix when the safety car was out. And if you just like to watch this video, you can click here. That'll be the next video as well. And hope everyone liked this video. I'm your host Naren Harwani, and if you all did like this video, please do like this video and subscribe to this channel. Thanks everyone, have a great day.